It's no secret how involved college students are in today's social media world. Generally, students are one of the first groups to adjust to new formats and technologies. Scholars would call them adapters, but to the media world, they are simply users. Over the past decade, the web has expanded into a massive outlet, always finding new ways to attract users. But the biggest expansion within the last few years has been Facebook, the most popular social networking site. When Facebook was originally founded in 2004, it was created specifically for use by college students. Today, Facebook is a public website and has over 500 million users. Approximately 40% of those users are college-age students. So the question is, how much has Facebook really influenced communication between these young adults?
Well, I think we're doing the same kinds of things we've always done with interpersonal communication. So many of the theories that we study apply to Facebook. It's just the avenue, the technology that's different. So I use the interpersonal or the Facebook and social media things in the interpersonal class all the time because people are doing the same kinds of things. It's affecting relationships, sometimes in very different ways, but it's a similar and yet different kind of communication interpersonally.
Other scholars agree with this concept. One research article includes that Facebook users tend to construct their online identity implicitly using a show rather than tell approach.
Irving Goffman was a sociologist who looked at sort of a public display of self and a private display of self, and he would talk about your face, that you create your face and you want positive face, you don't want negative face. I think it's wonderfully ironic that it's Facebook because it's very much like Goffman's sense of face. Whatever you put on that page, you want it to be a positive display of who you are. I think the trick with that is people forget that they have multiple audiences because they have so many friends and relatives or potential job employers that could have access. They forget that they're not just presenting a face for their friends about spring break and what they did or the party last weekend. They're presenting a face to everyone.
For students who have a Facebook, there are multiple reasons and uses for a Facebook account. One student shares his story about creating his Facebook profile and his first impression.
When I first learned about Facebook, I was against it at first because for me it was overrated. I already have emails, cell phone. If I want to really get in contact with someone miles and miles away and I can't do either or, then I can write them a letter. So for me, Facebook was very overrated and very annoying, and I had to get a Facebook account for an organization that I was a part of in high school, my senior year. So after that 1 year, in which I vowed that at the end of the year I would close my account, I wound up getting sucked in.
Facebook has become such a huge aspect of the way college students communicate that some professionals argue about its effects on college students.
I think the ease of sending a message to someone has decreased college students' ability to really sit down and write a professional communication to someone else. Between Facebook messaging, with texting the way it is, I see so many students send emails to a professor as if they were writing a text message, or without what would usually be like polite letter writing skills or proper letter writing skills. So I see that as a detriment of Facebook as far as the way college students communicate with professionals.
I think that a lot of students are becoming savvy to the dangers of Facebook, of the dangers of putting up pictures or telling stories, not realizing that employers will be looking at Facebook. Sometimes friends of friends that will tell parents might be looking at Facebook. I mean, there are a lot of dangers out there, certainly. So there is a negative impact to it. But I think by and large, it's been a very positive. I mean, it's opened up so many opportunities for people to, just as simple as sharing photos, it's now become this very easy thing to do. And anytime you have an ease of a connection like that, you're going to be doing more communicating. So from my point of view, it can only make communication build, not really take away from it. Yeah.
In the article Mirror, Mirror on My Facebook Wall from Cyber Psychology, Behavior, and Social Networking, researchers turned to self-esteem and self-presentation as potential connections between Facebook and college students. They claim that being self-aware of one's profile enhances self-esteem instead of decreasing it. Some students feel that Facebook allows for more than just social interaction, but it can also bring up emotional ties to other users.
I do think that there can be some psychological values to Facebook. Social-wise, social psychology is a big part, and being able to use the applications and being able to creep on your friends, it really is helping socially, but it can also hurt. This is like with all the bullying that goes on in the schools and how Facebook is used to attack others, but it can also be a great social network, just as I use it to look up businesses.
Other experts see Facebook as an interactive tool that can serve as both a positive or negative contribution to college students.
In my opinion, there are a lot of things that I think students don't realize that Facebook does. Any applications that you use have a selected number of things that they can do with the information that they pull, not only about you, but about your friends and about your friends of your friends. Okay? So when you say, yes, I want to install this app, you're giving them access to a lot of data that I don't know that you mean to do.
Regardless of what the expert opinion is of Facebook, the idea is to observe student dependency on Facebook and how social media has shaped their social structure.
I think there are social benefits to Facebook. Just staying in contact with people is definitely good. I know, especially like for me, when I did have my Facebook, it was good because I've moved around a lot, and I have friends in different states from when I grew up, so that was a really good way to keep in contact with them. So there's definitely some advantages there socially.
Sure. I mean, I get the sense that students are very comfortable in that community, in the social media platforms, various social media platforms, and so I want to be there, or I want academic advising to be there to have the opportunity to interact with students in an area where they are comfortable.
It is clear that the relationship between Facebook and college students has reached a fascinating yet concerned level for some scholars. One thing stands that social media is an engaging force in a college student's life and should be handled carefully.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is social media. The first word is social, and I certainly aim in the advising page to be social. And when I say social, I don't mean I invade students' private space or in any way try to be socially involved with them, but the attitude or the tone that I take, I try to not be overly administrative in my language.
Suggestions for keeping your Facebook well maintained include watching what you and your friends post, change your password, be wary of content usage, and never share information that you don't want others to know. Students can also learn to improve their social media skills through books such as the Social Media Bible. The influence of Facebook on college students is a heavily discussed topic, but for now it will be up to the student to choose how much it will be a part of their life.